What's up guys, this is BenMSE, and today we're back in Scrap Mechanic Survival. Now today we're actually going to build something I have been anticipating for quite some time. We're going to build this. Not the exact copy, but this is basically what we're going to build today. We are in my personal survival world right now. This is the big rig that I've been building over the course of probably a couple of weeks. Oh my gosh, I missed a bearing. Jeez, that is gonna haunt me for as long as I use this vehicle. I paint my bearings. I just noticed that now. Crap. But today we're going to be building that, as I said, and we're going to use this as a reference. Before we get back into the survival world that we'll be building on, I'm going to quick give you a sneak peek. That's all I'm going to show you. If you played this game for a while, you'll know automatically what those blocks are, and probably know kind of what I did based on what we did last time. But anyways, without further ado, let's jump into the survival world and start building. Alright guys, we're back in the survival world. We're going to start building right off the bat. This is all the materials that we should need. My main goal today is to have a fully functional base done. Like, it took me forever to get the cab right in the truck that I just showed you guys. So I doubt we're going to finish the full thing today, but we're going to get the full functioning thing done at least. And if things goes well, maybe I'll finish the whole thing off. Who knows? So let's jump right into it. Grab all this stuff here. Now today's video is going to be somewhat different in the sense that I'm going to be kind of explaining what I'm doing and then doing a short little time lapse, or vice versa, doing a short little time lapse and then explaining what I just did. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Okay guys, so progress update. I just completed, for the most part, the rear end, the main bits of the rear end at least. It looks a little bit weird, and I might end up going back to refer to my big truck at some point, but I'm pretty sure this is kind of similar to what I did. As you saw the time lapse, you saw I was kind of all over the place. It's just a building process. I was double checking using guides just to make sure that I do it right the first time and I don't have to do it again another time like I did with the other truck. But right now these suspension are maxed out. Now I probably will be able to upgrade the suspension the next level. I'm not going to do that quite yet. I think I'll do that at the end, because I know the front is going to be heavier than the rear, most likely, depending on how heavy this stuff over here is. So the front suspension might need to be like level 5, while this might only have to be level 4. But the next step, I think I'm going to do a little bit of cosmetic upgrades just to kind of make the wheel wells feel a little more like actual wheels. And you know what? I think I can actually mount my seat and kind of show you guys how it all will function. And I will probably have to upgrade the seat just because where's my... Did I lose my connect tool? There it is. Alright, so this is basically how we're going to do the steering. And the reason I put bearings here also is because the steering always worked better. Alright, so if this is a level 1, plus 2 connections. So I'm guessing 4 is the max. Oh, maybe 6? Is it? Yes. Actually, that might be unlimited turning. But I think that's right, actually. Okay, so if I want to go left, I need the wheels to kick out. Okay, so this is right already. So that's good. So that'll keep the wheels straight so I can use that as a baseline. I'm also going to stick the lift underneath there so it's kind of level. So this is the ride height. The ground is going to be 3 blocks below here. This is 3. This actually should be 4 because this is where I measure the ride height. 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. This isn't perfect, but yeah, it's kind of what we're doing. So I hope you enjoy this next time lapse. I'm going to hopefully finish up this rear wheel setup. Alrighty guys, so we're back again. I got most of the rear, kind of the chassis getting put together. This is basically how it'll look. So far I think it looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. We have 6 wheels, 3 on each side of course, and the wheel wells are pretty much complete. Now how this will work, I'm going to build here, let me show you. If I can get out from under here. On the Craftbot, there is a material called extruded metal. That's what I use mostly in my other one. It's, I think, lighter. Let's see. Okay, so it is lighter, and that's going to help because this is going to be extremely heavy with like the Craftbot and all that crap on here and the chests. So we need to shed as much weight as possible. So like, to be honest, I really don't need this metal frame, and like right now it's kind of a skeleton to build off of, but I might end up removing it because of how heavy this thing probably is. I don't want to waste all of my metal quite yet, so the fine details of this truck will come down the line once we get a little more metal. So right now these wheels are open, and generally what I like to do is fill in this gap between here with extruded metal or some other material that is metal. But we're gonna have to wait to do that until I get a little bit more metal, but it's no big deal because it doesn't prohibit this thing from working. This is basically how it will look. Basically along here there's just gonna be extruded metal, and it's kind of like it's a wheel well basically. It just keeps the wheel in there, makes it look nice. It's not essential, but it is kind of a good thing to have. But anyways, let's keep working towards the front of this thing. Okay guys, so I got the frame for the most part finished. I think it looks really sick. Now I decided to do a little thing a little weird. The front of this looks, you might notice, a little different. I added 2 wheels on the front to distribute the weight of the cab a little more evenly, and also just the additional weight. Now this thing right here is actually where the chests will go. So I made it so I can fit 3 chests on each side. So in other words, these 3 chests, or well, not necessarily these specific chests, but some big chests can go in this slot right here. So 3 of them will basically sit the way this one is here, and then you can access all of this stuff really easily by just jumping out. And it's the same thing on that side. Now underneath here, I have tons of space. I have about maybe 4 blocks. Let me see. All right, I got 3 blocks because a piece of corn is 2. All right, so 3 blocks here in which I could stick like a vacuum pump or whatever, which I think is actually 3 by 3. So that's perfect, and it'd be just like the other one I have. I might do something different on the side, because I don't want to follow the thing entirely, because like I want this vehicle to be somewhat unique and not identical to the one I already built. I'd like to introduce some new challenges, some new fun obstacles to face. But anyways, now it's on to getting this thing operational. I gotta craft some gas canisters. If I have the material, it's not that important right now, but I want to get this thing wired up and see how it drives. Okay guys, we're back again. I got this whole thing wired up and working. I got, as far as I can tell, everything that I'll need upgraded. Of course the suspension, that doesn't really count. That's kind of a separate issue. But the whole thing works. I got all the wheels connected to an engine, as you see here. Here, I'll actually give you a little demonstration, kind of explain how it works. How many wheels do I got? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 10 wheels. Alright, that's pretty good. 10 wheels, 10 pieces of suspension. Alright, let me quick eat something before I start starving. Then I got 2 gas cans here. I could see in the time lapse I was kind of fiddling around with how these all would fit together and how they'd work together. Basically what I did, and originally I kind of wanted to see this fuel symbol and kind of the natural red of the can, but then I got the idea I might want to be able to pump gas directly in here. So basically what my plan is, I might be able to, if these line up here, actually we can check it. So that's 2 blocks away. Run over here. Oh, perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so that's smack dab in the middle. Alright, so basically what I was thinking, and now I know will work, I can take a pipe, like a suction pipe or whatever they're called, and stick it right on here to the chest that'll be right here. So you'll basically be able to fill this chest full of gas and it'll always pump it in there. So you'll essentially have like an unlimited supply of fuel, and I think it'll be pretty cool. And also, if that actually works, I could have all these chests connected to each other and have, like, it doesn't have to be organized, and then gas should just automatically drain into here, which will make my life a ton easier and not have to fill this all the time. And also, if that works, I might even be able to hide these engines entirely, or these tanks entirely, because you saw in the time lapse I had to redo the front a little bit. So now it's a tad bit longer, and it actually looks kind of weird, but I might end up needing that length, so it might not be an issue. Then again, I went over and did a little touch-up work, made it look a little bit nicer, so the moment you've been waiting for, let's test this puppy out. Alright, it's pretty fast too. Again, it will get a lot heavier in the future. Oh, hit that. So far, pretty good. This vehicle will be it'll have a lower center of gravity than the other truck that I made, so it shouldn't flip as much, hopefully. And it's cruising. Oh, as far as I'm concerned, that didn't even happen. Alright, so let's keep cruising, and it should be pretty fuel efficient because these engines are like level 4. What is the seat? I gotta press U. Okay, so that's 3. These are 3. Okay, so level 3. The pistons, or not the pistons, the suspension is still level 1. It seems to be working pretty good with the base weight. But of course, as I add materials and stuff to it, that's going to definitely get a lot heavier. Alright, so it seems to be working really well. I'm actually really enjoying this vehicle here. Alright, perfect. And of course now there's going to be no chance of flipping it unless I like do a jump weird because of like how low the gravity is, center of gravity. But this thing works really well. I wasn't anticipating on it not working well, but it functions a little better than I honestly thought. And actually, let me test this again and show you one thing. Turning, that's what I was going to do. So I got the front wheels, the front 4 wheels turned to the right, and the rear turned to the left. So basically what that does, here, let's get out in the open onto these trees. So I'm stopped right now. Oh, stopped. If I want to turn right, you see the rear kind of kicks itself out and it makes it easier to turn. And if you had a vehicle this long and like that, it just kind of wouldn't work. And with semis, the truck and trailer, it kind of fixes itself because the front pulls the rear after it. But with this, since it's a whole vehicle, it makes the whole thing work better, and it kind of does the same thing. We basically have the whole thing done. I only need a little bit of metal, well, a lot of metal. I didn't run out of metal, which is actually quite surprising. I thought I'd run out by quite a bit. But this was definitely a success. I'm very happy with this, and realistically, we could start using this. Like, I only need 1 component kit, and I could upgrade all the suspension. I could slap just some wood on the back of here, and I could already take stuff to the trader or start adding stuff to it. But I'm going to save that till the next video. I might add some little cosmetic touches, and eventually this thing will be done. Right now it's the fully functioning form. It shouldn't change, or mechanically I should say. It shouldn't change. It'll be the same general idea unless the weight of the Craftbot and this stuff is too much for it. In that case, I'll have to add more wheels. That'll definitely get a little more interesting. I'll have to figure something for storage out. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out my other scrap mechanic content. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.